It's wonderful. I mean, that's where the work seemingly is every day for the practical application of A Course in Miracles. When I look at them and they seem to be the problem, what do I do? And it seems to have bucket loads of evidence against it that it's their fault and their problem and everything was wonderful until they arrived, or the situation occurred, or the weather changed, or whatever it is. And all I would ask you to do under those circumstances is look at the fact that you feel like a victim. You feel like a victim of a situation or a person or a place or a thing. You feel like a victim of the world and not transcendent and invulnerable. And if you can agree in that moment that that's how you feel, if you can be aware enough to catch that that's how you feel, that will take all focus off what the other, seeming other, is doing and put all of the focus on how you're feeling, because you're aware that the projection comes from your emotions, your thoughts, your beliefs and your desires. And you can't turn the tap off of the seeming drama experience in your life if you go and try and fix it on the screen. It's coming from your mind, the mind. And so what you want to do is be able to have the presence of mind to step back for a moment to go, well, I don't like how I feel because I notice I feel like a victim. First of all, you have to associate feeling like a victim with feeling disgruntled and unhappy. It's no different if you feel like a victimizer and you feel guilty and disgruntled and unhappy and justified. It doesn't matter which position you're holding. You've got a bat in your hand and you're either defending or attacking. So it doesn't really matter which character you're playing in this moment, devil or angel. There's no difference. You're neither, and yet you're both. It's just an outward picturing of an inward condition in the mind, which is being reflected. Now, let's get back to what you can do and is for you, and that's to watch and witness to this. Go, wow, flaring anger. Cause outside. And yet the point is, I don't like how I feel. I don't like feeling a victim of this situation. I don't like feeling supercharged. I don't like feeling like la 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 la, I'm going along, my life was great 1 minute. Notice the falsetto voice. And then the next, boom, totally unwarranted, totally unjustified attack. Well, freedom of the mind or freedom of the body, for both you cannot have. And if you want to go around protecting the self-concept that you think and consider yourself to be, well then that's a battle for life and lifetimes. And there's just no way out of it. Let's go for instant karma here. Let's go for instant recognition and awareness of what's true and what's not true, and bring it all back home in a moment. All you begin to do is that you associate that flaring anger, that absolute injustice as you perceive it, is not going to get resolved outside of you. No interaction out here will ever make you feel better. It just won't. And what you're asked to do is only interact with the spirit. So instead of going, oh wow, all these little finger puppets out here are shouting at me and I want to defend myself and explain how it's not my fault. Or you can go, wow, Holy Spirit, like what is going on here? What's this all about? And step back and witness with the spirit what's happening. And the spirit will very swiftly, if you invite it, come to your aid to allow you to see perceptually what's occurring. Okay, I feel under attack. Okay, and if you can start to name it, especially if you're with a mighty companion, wonderful. I notice I feel attacked right now. I notice I'm feeling very defended and I feel like I want to run out of the room. Anything you can do to actually put all of the focus for yourself back here, because you've got no control over whatever it is you perceive on the screen, even the character you experience yourself to be. But as the one watching, you do. So you just want to give yourself one moment to go, I don't like how I feel. I'm perceiving myself being attacked. I want to defend. I think you're saying it's my fault. Well, I think it's your fault. And so you just want to call it. You just start outing everything you're thinking and feeling as fast as you can to regain some awareness that this is an opportunity to become aware of something that was in operation within you, is causing an entire story outside on the screen of a life being lived by the character that you think you are, and this drama, just so you can see this belief and desire in the mind. Just so you can see it. That's why it's occurring. Because you've put the prayer out there to use everything in your universe for awakening, then that's what it's for. It's a singular purpose for forgiveness that unifies everything and really does bring you to an experience of oneness. It's very practical, and it's now. And so that's what you're asked to do. So how about you in this moment? Do you have another aspect to this question that I can answer as we roll here? It doesn't make them right. Friends and I were having a challenging time one time. She was an absolutely epic witness for healing the mind for me. And it used to make me so angry, I thought she's just, that's all over the place. That's not the answer. That's not the way things should be happening. That's not the way it is. That's not the way. And the thing was, I was upset. And the Spirit said to me, you don't want to be right in any situation where you have lost your peace. You want to be wrong. You want to be right-minded, not right about the situation or what you perceive or what you think is happening, because you're going to default be mistaken about that because you think you're a person in this story. You don't want to be right. You want to restore yourself to right-mindedness. And in the story, one character being wrong, because that's kind of how you seem to experience it when you're going through it in the moment. It's like, oh, I can't let it go because I just feel I'm right and they're wrong. It's very hard if you think you being wrong in that moment because you're misidentified as a character on the screen means that other character is right. It doesn't. You, the one watching, wants to be restored to right-mindedness as fast as you can. So it doesn't mean that the other is right in form. It just means that you have the desire to put the pin back in the grenade, take it home, and stop the drama out on the screen by taking responsibility for your state of mind. Now, in that moment, you're probably experiencing yourself as a person, so that's perfect. But even in the willingness to do that as a person and go, I don't want to be right. I would rather be wrong and happy. I would rather be wrong and happy. And the Spirit will make it really easy for me to see that. But somehow, short term, for some reason, it meaning default that the other person was right, that not being the case just somehow just made it much easier for me to take the correction, because that's the personal grievance that's being held on to in the moment. I can't afford to let her be right because, you see, you're still taking some blame. And so that's an amazing out. If you can remember that me being wrong, this person that you think you are in the moment, doesn't mean in the story even that the other is right. It just means that you, the one who has responsibility here, is deciding to be right-minded. And you want that with your whole heart, because that will bring you and restore you to happiness, and in your experience, restore everyone to happiness. Because there's this thing that lingers, is I don't want them to get away with it. And I'm like, all are innocent, none are innocent. It's all or nothing here, because it's all you.